G'day and welcome to another episode of Crooks in a Caravan. We are on the road again. So this is Fortescue Roadhouse. We're on our way to Onslow. So we've got our first night in a caravan park, which is probably quite good because we need to do some washing and just clean up a little bit. We washed the van and the car again this morning back in Caravan, just because they were both so dusty. So they're both looking pretty schmicko over there. And we'll show you Onslow and then we go on to Coral Bay. We're going to hopefully get some pub feeds, beaches, snorkeling, and yeah, just chilling for a few days. Good morning. I think this is day 10 of our road trip. We are staying at Onslow Caravan Park for 2 nights. We're going to go out and explore the old town site today and have a look at some of the sites. Beach is okay, but there's a warning about crocs, so I don't know how frequently they get down this far. We've done 4, I think we've got another load of 5 washing in. It's fairly quiet here, but it's a Shire Run Park. It's really nice. The ablutions are just there, they're nice and modern. We've got a dump point just up the road, so we'll do that before we leave tomorrow. But yeah, we'll show you around Onslow a little bit today. This is the beach, the tide is out. Caravan Park is just through there. Little barbecue area for picnic tables. We're just enjoying a cup of coffee.
And I'm reading the book on Onslow.
Essence, you'll be the expert guide when we get there.
Absolutely.
And while I've been here, we've been using our little washing machine. I think we did 1 load in the machines over in the camp area and the laundry, and I think this is about our 4th load in that. It works really well actually. We have driven out to the Old Onslow Town Site. I'll pan around in a minute, but there's not much here, but there are some signs and information boards. This was where Onslow was originally settled back in 1885, and then they rebuilt it where in its present site because it's close to the ocean and better for obviously transport and sealing and stuff like that.
1925.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll have a wander around and see what we can find. This was where the blacksmiths were. I mean, there's signs, but there's not much else. I thought there might be old buildings or something. They do look old looking bottles, but that's whether they've just been in the weather for however long, I don't know.
But that's a building there, look.
Oh yeah, there's like a bit of a foundation there. Oh, more rusty metal and wooden bits, and there's obviously some sort of, I thought it was an axe, but I don't think it is. There's a cog over there.
Station, do you think?
I assume so. There's bars up on the, and then there's big chains on the floor, and like there's one in there as well.
I guess they may have been chained.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, police station complex. Obviously nobody living here anymore, except for a lot of glass, which seem quite happy. Police station seems to still have some good ruins. They obviously built that fairly carefully. And on the roof up there, there's just glass built into the wall, so I assume that was to stop people escaping. As we drove up, we'll show you a clip maybe when we head back down, but as we drove up, the campsites along the Ashburton River, free camps, look really nice. So if you're looking for a free camp in the area, they look really nice. It does say that there's a croc that has been sighted in that river, so obviously need to be careful. And amazingly, out here also a toilet and a dump point, which I guess is to service the free camps all along the Ashburton River into Old Onslow. So yeah, definitely somewhere that's probably worth staying in the future. Probably about 2,500 kilometres.
And that's because I wanted to put the drone up. And I don't trust my drone. So we have pulled in at one of the many camping areas along the Ashburton River. I think this is going to be a must for us one day. It's stunning. We've actually got the old silicone collapsible billy on the boil. I'm going to make a cup of tea. And I'm going to pop the drone up because apparently there's been crocs spotted in here. But that was March. But who knows? We've stopped at the Termite Mound viewing area. There's lots of really big fat termite mounds around here. I think we've showed you that on the way in. And then they're very different because a lot of termites are smaller than our ones. These ones are big and fat. Anyway, we'll show you. But these are then spinifex termites.
Is it video in?
Big and fat and tall. And some of them have knobs on their heads.
So one of the things that Onslow does is salt production, I guess you would call it, as opposed to mining. They collect the seawater, they put it in these condensing pools, they leave it to dry out, then they collect the salt, and then they take it to the salt place where they ship it out and process it. So you can see the massive condensing pool here. This is just one of multiple pools, and this one's got a fair bit of salt starting to dry out on the edge here. And we'll show you a little bit later the big salt pile. You can actually see where it's a massive salt pile. Was it salty?
I didn't try it.
Oh.
I ain't that brave or silly. I don't like salt particularly.
And here's the salt piles. So yesterday, from a different angle, we could actually see the salt coming off the end of the conveyor belt. It just looked like if you're tipping a big load of salt out of a salt dispenser. Good morning. We have left Onslow this morning on our way to Coral Bay. Fuel lights just come on. We're probably about 70-80k from the nearest servo, so we've decided just to stick our emergency supply in. We carry just one can on the back. We've got a fairly decent sized fuel tank, but yeah, sometimes the need must. So in it goes, and that'll get us to the next fuel station. Bit of a messy job, but Mark's got his green gloves on, so we're all good. So another good drive, just arriving in Coral Bay now. We've already had a glimpse of the sea. This is officially the land of caravans.
We arrived in Coral Bay today, and it's a bit unusual. We're doing some videoing in the van because we're doing something unusual, which is cooking in the van, because it's howling a gale out there. You see we both got jumpers on as well. They've had quite a lot of wind here over the last few weeks by all accounts, which is very unseasonal. Hopefully it's going to drop enough on Wednesday that we can go out to Five Fingers and have a snorkel. Bill's Bay here is a little bit sheltered, so we're going to try and snorkel here tomorrow, but yeah, we'll show you around and see what Coral Bay's doing.
And a big hi to Bill.
Yes.
And his wife Denise, I think her name was, who stopped and chatted to us just and said hi. Bill's been watching our videos, so hi Bill, this one's for you. I'm glad to hear you're enjoying your trip on the road. And yeah, we did say we never ever cook inside, and here we are cooking inside today.
Yeah.
And it's curry, so the van might stink.
And Bill, keep dropping the comments, love them, really appreciate hearing from people who watch our videos and enjoy them. Good morning and welcome to the beautiful Coral Bay. We're staying at the People's Park. A bit windy last night. We put the awning in on the van, as you can see behind us, and just over there is Bill's Bay. We're not quite on the front row, but that's fine. But a beautiful spot. It's just walking distance. We're going to go for a snorkel this morning, and probably tomorrow we'll drive out to Five Fingers Reef and have a snorkel there. We've actually got wetsuits in the van, so we might be a bit cowardly and chuck those on. We'll see. This morning I'm going to make some banana pancakes. Now I saw Ronnie Dahl do these, so it's not our recipe or anything. What it is 1 banana and 1 egg per person. And this is probably better advice than the other Ronnie Dahl thing I showed you the other day. First of all, you've got to get into the bananas. Riper the bananas are the better, really, because now you've got to mash them. That's been in the fridge, so it'll be cold as well. So once your nanas are well mashed, what I'm going to do is just chuck in a couple of eggs. Basically beat them all together this makes your batter, and then we're just going to fry them in the pan. Alright, so just going to fry them off in the pan. That one, perfect timing, thank you. Good thing about this park is there's a cafe just right next door, so got a coffee. It's pretty windy here again this morning, as you can hear the gases blowing well. I just put a little bit of our olive oil spread in the pan just for more oil. That's cooking slowly. The wind's just affecting the gas a little bit, but it is definitely cooking. We're going to flip it over in a minute, and then I think Manny gets the first one. Yeah, look at that, looking good. All right, that's looking done.
Thank you.
There you go, enjoy. Right, this is the second one. Didn't come out quite as good as the first one. I chuck a bit of lemon. And some sugar on it.
Good morning, it is Wednesday morning and we are still in Coral Bay. We are just going to let the tyres down now and we are going to head to Five Fingers Reef. So it's a little bit of a drive. I don't think it's far actually, but it is through soft sand. So letting the tyres down, particularly after our recent experience in soft sand. And we're hopefully going to be able to do some snorkeling and have a little bit of a chill on the beach. It's been really quite windy here in Coral Bay for a few days, particularly in the afternoons. We managed to get a bit of shelter yesterday morning in Bills Bay, and we'll hopefully find a bit of shelter today at Five Fingers. I can see the sea! Seems no one else came to Five Fingers today. Oh, we'll get parked up and check the wind. And arrived at Five Fingers Beach. Gonna put the awning out, give us a little bit of shade. We've parked the car to act as a bit of a windbreak. Yeah.
Go with the straps.
Put them on the chair because I had a video.
strap was all knotted. Whoever put it away last time.
Imagine, hey?
We haven't got a bull bar, so I strap it to the window. The wheel. Works.
Don't tell me. You need a bull bar.
You said it, yeah. You don't have to put the legs down, but we're going to be here and makes it more secure. We have had 3 nights in Coral Bay. We are heading off today. We are going to Hamlin Station Stay. It's been awesome here. Day on the beach. Did some supping and some snorkeling in Bills Bay on the first day. It's Bills Bay behind me at the moment. And then we drove out to Five Fingers Reef yesterday. The reef is much healthier out there. There's been a bit of a sand influx in Bills Bay. Still lots of fish, but yeah, the reef is a different class. Out at Five Fingers, it's a fairly easy 4-wheel drive track across the sand and through the dunes. We did drop our pressures and the car just pulled us through nicely, no dramas at all. Anything with Coral Bay this time, it's been really windy the whole time. Uncharacteristically so for this time of year, but we've still enjoyed ourselves, and we'll see what other adventures await on the road. This guy's got it in for me. I'm getting mobbed by a crow. He doesn't like me at all. There you go, taking my life in my hands while getting video. So before we leave Coral Bay, we are just filling up with water. They have one of these pay fill stations, which is the same as in Exmouth, and it's like 20 cents per litre, which is reasonable. I don't mind paying for water. You pay for fuel and everything else, and then this should last us till we get home. We've got 4 more nights on the road. Behind us is the pool at Hamlin Station Stay. We're just doing a 850 metre walk from where we're camped, just to have a look round. There's so many animal tracks, so much roo-poo. I bet they're all down here in the evening having a drink and a party and a bit of a poo. Hopefully we're going to see some of these kangaroos. We've seen a dead emu, but we'd like to see a live one, and an echidna. I haven't seen an echidna, and it's on my list. Anyway, you have anything to say?
There's a few flies.
Yeah, the flies are a bit more prominent down here, and it's still warm.
In a few days.
An old Austin, by the look of it. Some new tyres and maybe a bit of diesel, and it'd be good. So we had a message earlier to say that just drive in, find your site. Reception's not manned, so reception's not manned. But we're on the list, so we found ourselves a site, and we'll show you that. There are shearers' quarters. Doesn't look like there's anybody in the shearers' quarters at the moment.
So it's run by a charity, I think it is, Bush Heritage Australia, and it was a station for many years that had goat and cattle, I think, on it, and then when Bush Heritage took it over some years ago, they, what do you call that when you round up all of them? Rounding up? Mustered all of the animals and got all them off, and I guess they're just trying to keep it as a bit of a heritage site. Yeah. There's a fair few buildings. There's the old shearers' quarters.
I'll take you into the camp kitchen as well.
Yeah, there's reception and an amazing camp kitchen. Really nice toilets and showers.
So the ablution block is here, and that's all new and modern. I'm not going to show you inside. It's an ablution block. Yeah.
It is $20 per night per person. So considering you've got no water, no power, no nothing really, a site. But you sort of, yeah, you've got the ablutions. I sort of feel like you've given a donation to the Bush Heritage Australia charity as much as anything to stay here. But they've put in some really well-defined sites, and they've put all of the shell compacting stuff down. Sites are all fairly level. Some drive-through mixture. So yeah, it's good.
Yep, and so it looks like there's lots and lots of wildlife here. Hopefully we can show you some of that. And tomorrow morning there's a walk out to the Stromolites at Hamlin Pool. There's a caravan park there, which is a little bit dodgy, but you know, this is us.
Definitely wouldn't want to be here when it's much warmer than this. It's been about 32, 33 today. Flies are fairly friendly.
Yeah,
but nice little breeze coming through. Yeah, good. So a little look at the camp kitchen. This is the outdoor area, a couple of gas barbies, huge massive amount of seating, and a couple of little sofa type areas. And then into the indoor area. It still smells of curry in here this morning. You could smell curry cooking last night in here. And a couple of big fridges, huge big kitchen, some crockery, cutlery, high chair, pots and pans, what have you. So yeah, really well set up. And it was certainly really well used last night. There was probably about 15 or so people in here cooking and eating, so it was really busy. So somebody's made some art out of the shells here. Didn't notice it yesterday at all. It's actually pretty good. An emu, turtle. Bilby.
These are the sites at Hamlin Station Stay. They're reasonably well spaced out. That's us there on site 20. And we're all set up here. We are getting ready for a walk this morning. We're going to do the 4.5 kilometres to the Stromolites and then back.
We have used one of these pod machines for a little while now, although this is a new one. This one was from Super Cheap Auto, I think. And it's fine, although it does have to be plugged in, but the other one died because the charging wouldn't work anymore, so maybe this is better, I don't know. So we put the pod in and we pour boiling water into the top of it. It just means that it does a lot quicker. And then after Mark got COVID, he stopped liking black coffee quite so much and decided he liked flat whites. It was all very strange. So we needed a way then to make flat whites when we were off grid, because you obviously can't use your normal coffee frother type coffee machine. So we bought one of these Bialetti milk frothers. And what you do is you pop the milk in here, you warm the milk up, and we do that on the stove, and then when it hits the right temperature you pop this in and you pump it a couple of times, which makes a little bit of froth. Not much needed for a flat white. So
but we did buy a coffee thermometer, milk thermometer, but that's died somewhere.
It worked great initially, but I don't know, after some corrugations the dial doesn't seem to move anymore, so now I just go on, it looks like it's nearly boiling, and stop at that.
There you go. Technical coffee making.
This is its coffee shot. I do an extra double shot for Mark.
The thing about the Bialetta is it can go straight onto a ring.
Which if you turn it on, it heats really well.
Top tip for you there.
If you don't turn it on, it does do a lot. Pop the pod in, push it down, connect it back up to the machine. This is the only downside of it having to be plugged in. We sort of do this whole dance, but I guess Caravan's not that big, so maybe that doesn't matter.
So the hot water into the top, lid on.
Press and hold. So it starts. Meanwhile, I'm checking up.
There we go. So that's how we're making coffee in the van at the moment.
Once it's warm, you pop its little lid on and you just pump this. I do about 5 times. Sometimes I don't actually even do it because for flat white you don't need much froth. I'm guessing if you want a cappuccino, you've got to do a bit more.
And the good thing about that milk jug is the handle stays cool. Oh, look at that.
Flat white.
There we go. This is the walk we're going to do this morning to Hamlin Pool. Caution, snakes. We've got our water and we'll hopefully spot a snake.
Got a snake kit.
Yeah.
We have completed the 4.5 kilometre walk here to Hamlin Pool, and we are just walking down to see the Stromolites. The boardwalk was damaged several years ago, I think, by a cyclone, and they've still not repaired it, so you can't go along the boardwalk, but we'll do the walk around the Hamlin Pool stuff and then do our 4.5 kilometres back.
These are the shell quarries. We explored these a bit more thoroughly when we were here about 18 months ago, so I'll put the link in either at the end of this video or in the description below. This is Hamlin Pool Caravan Park.
Which, if you want power and water, I guess is a option.
Yeah, there's a tea room. We bought ice creams here yesterday. There's quite a few caravans here. There's not much else here. And there's the old telegraph station, which was the reason it was here in the first place. Welcome to Shell Beach. Well, we've now got Shell Beach to ourselves. This is the old shearing shed. See where they've got some of the old machinery and little pens where the sheep would have get kicked out to, I assume.
That's us done at Hamlin Station. It's been good for a couple of nights. There's, I guess, more to do if you want to go out to Steep Point, and if you want to go out to Denham. We've been to Denham before. Steep Point, people are saying about 3 hours there, 3 hours back, and so we just thought it would be a long day. A lot of people are leaving and taking swags or little tents with them, staying the night and then coming back and leaving their caravans here. So if that's something you're interested in doing, then that's always an option. Great stay. We're going to got 2 nights now, so we're going to find a couple of free camps hopefully on the way home on a public holiday weekend here in WA and the start of the school holidays, so we'll see how we go.
Well, we've done a fair few Ks driving this trip, and once you get out into the sticks, you know, you start to get the fingers up to the other cars and things, but I'm developing a system of waves. So if you see a SUV or a sedan not towing a trailer or anything, you get the one finger. If you're a caravan or towing a trailer, 2 fingers. Trucks, you get a thumbs up, mate. And if you're in a patrol, shaka! So we were planning on staying here tonight. It's Galena Bridge rest area. It's a 24-hour stopover. We've just been over to the south side because we're reading on Wikicamp, so that's probably the better side, more space and things, but it's just like a big grim car park really. There's some toilets.
Yeah, it's not quite as we imagined it. Maybe we've been a bit picky, I don't know.
There's some toilets, a few dump points.
A couple of people that look like they've been camping there for about 6 months.
There's no fires at the moment. The fire season ended on the 15th, so that's a bit off-putting, and it's only 11:15 in the morning. We've now driven over to the north side, which there's nobody over here, but yeah, I think we might drive.
If you were pulling in at 4 o'clock and you'd done a big drive and you just wanted to cook dinner, go to bed, it would be fine. But we've probably got half a day to spend here, and yeah. So I think we're going to drive. Don't know where we're going to find public holiday weekend.
We'll keep going and see. Sure, we'll find somewhere. But yeah, there's picnic tables, bins. There is a dump point over this side as well. Some toilets. And the big rig there. Anyway, we'll carry on and show you what we find. We have checked into Northampton Caravan Park. Interesting place. We're kind of on a little extra bit across the stream. I'll show you in a minute. We've got 2 pubs within walking distance, so we think we might be doing that for dinner rather than cooking tonight. And yeah, we have got power, water if we wanted it, but we haven't bothered, and we're still staying cooked up because we'll leave in the morning. But this is our site. So we've had to come across the little bridge over here. The main park's over there. There's a carriage back at the back. I'll drop a picture in, which is the reception area. Our power box there, and we're kind of sort of, I'll show you. On this bit of a wasteland area. Anyway, it's a dedicated site. They have got power and things here. Just over there, I don't know if you can see, there's a couple of fire engines, and the Blue Umbrellas is a new pub. It's been open a couple of weeks, so that's in stumbling distance. So we might gonna have a look at that once we've had a drink and suss that out for dinner tonight. And then we just got to plan where we're going to go tomorrow. Good morning. We've made the decision that we are going to push on home. We could theoretically have one more night, but we were doing a lot of research yesterday and trying to find somewhere to stay that's not just an overflow or a oval, or somewhere, you know, with a bit of interest. And you know, everywhere's fully booked and things, so we're going to head home today. It's about 5.5 hours, so not too bad a day. We had a great meal at the pub in Northampton last night. We went to the Northampton Motor Hotel. Yeah, and we had a chicken palmy, but it was freshly cooked. It was nice and hot. It was good. We will finish packing up. We were already hooked. We didn't unhook last night, and hit the road. If we find anything interesting, we will show you what we do.
So that's it. We are 33 minutes away from home. We've ended up doing the last leg of the journey from Northampton all today. It just wasn't really going to work for us staying anywhere, but we did see a really good free camp at Enuaba on the oval there. It was just 10:30 in the morning when we got there, and it seemed silly to stop then and stay there, but we're going to try that out one day. It was on a big oval, nice little cared for town. Stopped in Gin Gin for a bit of lunch, had a really nice lunch in a cafe there, and yeah, now we're nearly home, ready to start the emptying of the van and the cleanup. So thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed our travels. We're already starting to plan our next sort of adventure, which is in February, but we've got a few weekends before then, so we'll take you along to those ones, including the Eternity meetup in November. So if you're an Eternity owner in WA, looking forward to seeing you then. But thanks, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you've enjoyed these videos, drop us a comment, especially you, Bill. We love to see your comments, so look forward to hearing from you all. Thanks guys.
Cheers guys, thanks a lot.